Hi there everyone, welcome to Ironing Point. In this video, I'm going to discuss about the manager round 1 for the cloud support engineer in AWS. Once you qualify the operating system round, then you'll be invited for the manager discussion. So basically there are two rounds of manager, that's one and second, and the chances are they will happen on the same day with a gap of around 1 hour or 2 hours. In my case, there was a gap of 1 hour. So I'll share my experience, and based on that, you can take an assumption what kind of questions they are asking and prepare accordingly. So without wasting time, let's get started. So in manager round, they will give you scenarios and you have to answer them in star method. So AWS believes in star method. If you are not knowing star method, I'll explain that. S stands for situation, T stands for task, A stands for action, R stands for result. So basically, for any situation, you have to like answer it in star method. So you have to describe the situation or the challenge you have faced. Then you have to explain your roles and responsibilities in that situation. And then you have to explain the steps you took to address that situation. And finally, you have to display the output. What was the output of that of the action that you took and the impact it had. So basically, you can also do Google around it, what is star method, and make sure that you prepare accordingly. In addition to this, AWS believes in Amazon leadership principles. So there are 14 Amazon leadership principles, and you have to include those leadership principles in your answers. So you can do Google around this, or you can pause the video and take the screenshot. I'll share the AWS leadership principles. I'll not explain them. You can go through it. Okay. Here are three in my current screen. You can see three AWS leadership principles. That's customer obsession, take ownership, innovate, and simplify. Be right often, keep learning, hire and grow talent, set high standards, think big, act fast, be resourceful, build trust, dig deep, speak up, get results. So basically, these 14 principles, you have to include them in your answers. It's not like that you have to include all at once. You can include anyone, like customer obsession, you can include in your answers. So that they will get an idea that you have gone through and these leadership principles. Okay, now the question, important part is questions that they asked me is that they started with this question. Tell me about a time you got a critical feedback from your manager. So this is the situation, like I have to make one scenario in such a way that I got a critical feedback from manager. I have to describe that this was a situation. I have to make one such situation where I got a critical feedback from manager. Then I have to explain what was my task and what actions did I took, and finally what was the output. For this question, I already prepared myself, so I was knowing that these kind of questions are asked, so I prepared accordingly. So you can, if you got a critical feedback from manager, you can make a situation on that. And if you haven't got any such scenario, then you can maybe use AI tools to generate one such response in star method. Make sure you remain ready for the cross questions because they do ask cross questions as well. Now the question second is, tell me about a time you worked on tight deadline. That is deadline with pressure in stressful condition. You have to make one such scenario on this and explain that. Question number third is, tell me about a time you influenced co-worker or peer. So in this, you have to explain like you can include the AWS leadership principle, like like you are helping your co-workers and you are taking steps. You are remaining active and helping others. Question number fourth is, tell me about a time you worked on complex issue or situation and how you handled that. So basically, you can, from your past experience, you can take any scenario where there was a complex issue, and you are with the customer, and you are able to handle that situation. So you can come up with any such scenario and explain that. Question number five is, tell me about a time you took wrong decision and how you overcome it. So in this question, you have to explain in such a way that if you have taken a wrong decision and then you corrected it and you learned it from it. So basically, all these questions, the output should be in such a way that it should have positive impact on you and positive impact on team if the question is with respect to team. So make sure you use Google and AI chatbots to answer these questions in star method, and be ready for cross questions because they will ask you different types of cross questions. So these are 5 questions they asked me, and in manager round second, I'll add 5 more questions that they asked me. Okay, I'll see you in that video. Till then, have a good time ahead and good luck.